May I come in?
आइए.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Manu. How are you?
Ma'am, I'm fine.
Are you comfortable?
Yes, ma'am.
You want water?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, Manu. Tell me something about yourself.
Ma'am, I'm Manu Garg from Jaipur, Rajasthan. I am only child born and brought up by my single parent, my mother. And I've done my schooling from St. Xavier's School. Then I've done my graduation from Hindu College, where I was also ranked second. Then I've done my master's from JNU Delhi. And currently, yesterday only, I've been enrolled in a PhD program in Center for South Asian Studies at JNU.
South Asian Studies. Okay. And this is your which attempt, Manu?
Ma'am, it's my second attempt, second mains and first interview.
Great. So you have been academically a bright person. And what about socially and spiritually?
Ma'am, socially also I've been involved in many initiatives and NGOs. For example, the Jatayu, which worked for the animal rights and providing them with radiant collars. I also have been part of All About Happiness, which dealt with spreading the message of happiness and inner contentment and how that we can overcome the stress of today's world.
Okay. Very nice. So you are from Rajasthan. Can you tell me the economic structure of Rajasthan? Like where does the money come from, and where does the Rajasthan government's money go?
Ma'am, Rajasthan holds a GDP of 17 lakh crore rupees. It is mostly an agrarian economy with about more than 30% of its GDP coming from agriculture. The rest is coming from industries and MSMEs. The per capita income of Rajasthan is around 1400 US dollars annually. It also has a tourism potential where 108 million tourists visit Rajasthan annually. The expenditure of Rajasthan in today's time is mostly upon the infrastructure building and about raising the human capital development of the citizens of Rajasthan.
Okay, okay. Uh, so there is always a phenomena seen in Rajasthan generally. One government goes, one party goes, another comes. Right? So anti-incumbency is very strong. Can you suggest as a student of PSIR? Like which thinker has talked about it? Is there any thinker who has talked about it, or any theory or thinker you can link it to?
Ma'am, I can relate it to the Kenneth Arrow's theorem of regional parties and how party system is based in Rajasthan. If I think, and I can also relate it to Duverger's law, where in the case of FPTP system, there are mostly emergence of two-party system in a state, and I can relate it to Rajasthan.
Very right. Rajasthan is also a sister, state of culture, diversity, and a lot of festivals. Can you name few festivals?
Ma'am, few festivals are Gangor, Tej that are celebrated in Rajasthan. Also, Makar Sankranti is celebrated with huge vigor in Rajasthan.
Okay. Why is Makar Sankranti celebrated?
Ma'am, it is the movement of sun which is from um, the southern hemisphere to the northern hemisphere, which is being celebrated in Rajasthan. Also, it is related to the agriculture season, that is the harvesting season in that place.
Okay. If I want to know three major current events that are going on in the country right now, which everyone should know about, what are those three?
The current events which I think should be highlighted are firstly the pollution condition of Delhi. That is a serious cause of concern. And secondly, the upcoming One Nation, One Election bill, which would significantly alter the electoral structure of Indian governance and polity. And thirdly, if I talk about it would be the status of women and the crimes against women that are rising in India. That should be an alarming situation for India.
Very right. There is also the situation at the borders. So our neighbors are also very much in turmoil, and as is the situation in Bangladesh. What happened in Bangladesh?
Ma'am, in Bangladesh, there was the ouster of the PM Sheikh Hasina's regime by protesters, and currently the head of the state is Mohammad Yunus, who is governing. And there is no announcement of elections to be announced in the upcoming future. And there are also attacks on Hindu minorities and other minorities, religious minorities. That is also a cause of concern.
Should Indian government keep Sheikh Hasina ji, provide protection, or what should be the course of action for India?
Ma'am, India as a Vishwamitra has always extended support to people who come to India to seek refuge. Same is the case with PM Sheikh Hasina. We are keeping her and providing her with political refuge. And there is a treaty that exists between India and Bangladesh regarding extradition. Bangladeshi government is demanding the extradition of Mrs. Hasina, but there is also an exemption clause of if an extradition is based upon political motives, then India can deny it.
Okay, thank you.
Manu, if you were to suggest three main political reforms for this country, what would those be?
So, firstly, I would like a stricter provision towards criminalization of politics. Currently, there are more than 43 to 45% criminals in our parliament, which have not proven records but accusations. So, there should be a provision to prevent it.
How will you prevent it?
There should be fast track hearing of any such charges against politicians, because they would be the future policymakers or the current policymakers. So,
But is it practicable to do that? Because we need fast track courts for crimes against women also. Do we have such kind of infrastructure?
Yes, sir, there exists some fast track courts, but in case of politicians, the current investigation should be speeded up, because the major policy and the direction of India would be decided by the politicians in the parliament. So if they have a grey record, then it might be problematic for India's future.
All right. What other two reforms you will suggest?
Sir, other two reforms would be one nation, one election, which would significantly improve India's expenditure that it does on the elections, and also the focus that is shifted on elections after every 3 or 4 months.
Give me an example. What constitutional amendments would be required for to materialize that one nation, one election?
So currently the 129th Amendment Bill is in Parliament in front of the Joint Parliamentary Committee, which is pondering upon the same issue. It is a big reform which also affects the federal structure of India. Therefore, it would have to be passed with a rigid majority of the under Article 368 of the Constitution.
All right. And third one?
So third one, I think, is the case of water crisis that exists all around India. As per Niti Aayog's report in the Composite Water Management Index, about 600 million people would be facing severe water shortages in the upcoming future, and also are currently facing. So this is a problem that needs to be tackled.
All right.